Aung San Suu Kyi was once the global face of Myanmar's struggle for democracy. She is a Nobel Peace Prize laureate who later led the country's civilian government. But she also fell out of favor in deeply controversial decisions during the Rohingya crisis. Well, today, at the age of 81, she remains detained by the military that overthrew her government back in 2021. This week, after years of uncertainty about her health and whereabouts, the world was given a rare look at her. Myanmar's government released 4 photographs. One shows Aung San Suu Kyi cutting a birthday cake marked June 19, 2026. Another shows her meeting the International Committee of the Red Cross. The Red Cross confirmed that meeting took place on Monday in Naypyidaw, and says that its representative was able to speak with her privately. It disclosed no details about her health or what was discussed. And then came these images from Bangkok. The general who led the 2021 coup and who became Myanmar's president this year received an official welcome from Thailand's prime minister, including an honor guard. Thailand is pushing what it calls calibrated re-engagement with Myanmar and says the Red Cross visit shows engagement can produce results. ASEAN has not restored Myanmar to full political participation at its highest level meetings, and today both the United States and the ASEAN chair called again for Aung San Suu Kyi's immediate and unconditional release. Behind all of the politics presented to the public, there is a family story that began decades ago. Now, these pictures are from Oslo back in 1991. Aung San Suu Kyi had just been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. She was under house arrest in Myanmar and could not be there. So her husband, Kim Aris, and their sons, Alexander and Kim, accepted the medal and diploma in her place. Alexander was 18, Kim was 14. Well, that 14-year-old boy is Kim Aris, Aung San Suu Kyi's younger son, and after more than 3 decades of watching his mother's life repeatedly shaped by detention and politics, he is still waiting to see her again. Kim Aris joins us now from the United Kingdom. Kim, it's good to have you with us this evening. Let me ask you, when you saw your mother in those photographs this week, what did you see that we could not see?
Well, when I first saw those pictures, I was not too sure whether I should believe they were true or not. After all, we've seen a lot of false news spread around over the years. But once I had it confirmed that these were actually genuine, then I was happy to see that she's alive. After all, nobody has seen her for over 2 years now, and I've been campaigning for proof of life over the last couple of years, and this is the first time we've seen anything.
The Red Cross was able to speak with her privately, but has revealed nothing about her condition. What do you actually know about your mother's health today?
Still very little. I can say that the Red Cross say that she looks well, but the gentleman who saw her is not a doctor, and there was no doctor present. So I hope that they will allow a Red Cross doctor to examine her at some point.
I just want to be clear, too, for our viewers who may not have followed this story over the years. Have you been allowed any direct contact with your mother?
I've had one letter from her over the course of the last 5 years, and that was over 2 years ago now.
We just saw you in Oslo, and you were 14 years old at the time. Your mother had just won the Nobel Peace Prize, but she was not there. What did you understand then about why your mother could not be with you? And did you ever resent what her political struggle cost your family?
I've never resented it, but at the time I was very young, but I still realized what was going on. After all, I was with her when she was first put under house arrest. So I knew where she was and what sort of conditions she was under. Whereas for the last 5 years, she's been denied contact with her family. She's been denied contact with her legal team. Nobody's really known where she's been. And I haven't had any idea at all what condition or what her health has been like.
I mean, it's going to be impossible for a lot of people to imagine what it must be like knowing that your mother is alive somewhere and you can't see her, you can't be in the same room with her. How do you cope with that at moments during the day when it's just you, it's quiet? How do you come to terms with this reality?
Well, after so many years of separation, I have learnt to grow a thick skin. But the last 5 years have been tough. Like I said, this is a very different situation to when she was under house arrest. And without that preparation of 15 years of separation prior to this, I don't know how I would cope. I think children cope better than adults, and they can roll with things easier. But if it had happened to me all of a sudden as an adult, it wouldn't have been so easy to cope with.
Your mother's story became much more complicated once she was in power. She faced international condemnation over Myanmar's treatment of the Rohingya and personally defended Myanmar at the International Court of Justice against allegations of genocide. How do you understand that part of her legacy today?
I believe people misunderstood the situation completely. They didn't realize the limitations she was under, the fact that she wasn't in control of the military, and they didn't even have to report to her in any way. And the fact that she went to The Hague to defend Burma and not the military. This is the mistake people often make. And I'm glad that you said that she was defending Burma and not the military, because other people failed to say that.
Is there anything that you believe your mother got wrong with this episode?
I think, obviously politicians always get things wrong. Nobody gets everything right. But she was in a much more fragile situation than people seem to realize. And that's been shown by what happened not too long afterwards with the coup.
I want us to look at the other images from the week for a moment. The man who led the coup that removed your mother's government, receiving an honor guard in Thailand. What did you think when you saw that?
That's disappointing, I have to say. And I'm glad that the rest of ASEAN isn't engaging on that sort of scale. I hope that this isn't any sort of sign that the rest of ASEAN will follow suit, because the situation in Burma has not changed for people on a day-to-day basis. People are still getting bombed. Innocent people are dying all the time. And the so-called elections haven't normalized the situation for people inside the country at all.
Thailand says that engagement may achieve more than isolation would, and it points to the Red Cross visit to your mother. Is it possible that Thailand could be right, or does this risk normalizing the government?
It does risk normalizing the government, and I have to say that, the military hasn't abided by any of the 5-point consensus, and yet they're trying to re-engage with them. These things should follow the military actually abiding by the 5-point consensus, not the other way around.
The United States and ASEAN are again demanding your mother's unconditional release. I mean, you've heard demands like this for years. What could actually change the military's calculation now, in your opinion?
It's hard to say, but I hope that ASEAN and China and all other parties that can will continue to put pressure on the military to release my mother, along with all the other political prisoners. After all, there can be no return to democracy whilst the democratically elected government remain in prison.
Your mother is now 81 years old. How much does that change the urgency for you?
A great deal. The only news that I've heard over the last 5 years is that her health has been deteriorating. And we know that the conditions within prisons in Burma are pretty horrendous. So without correct treatment and, just the fact that she's 81 years old means that she needs to be looked after. And the fact that she's in prison under completely trumped up charges means that she should be free.
Let me ask you this before we run out of time. If your mother, if she is able to watch this, we hope that's possible. If she is, what would be your message to her tonight?
simply to send her my love and to tell her the whole family's been thinking of her all of this time. And we'll keep fighting for her freedom and hope to see her soon.
Okay, Kim Aris. Kim, I'm sure that there are a lot of people watching around the world who are wishing the same thing for you and your mother. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you sharing your story with us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.